and welcome to Queer Abbey, a weekly chat show that is performed, recorded, and produced by yours truly. Yay! Welcome to the 22nd, oh my god, 22nd episode of Queer Abbey. How exciting is that? I am tired as hell. I am about halfway through the school term, and so I'm just making it through all of that and trying to stay engaged with everything that I'm learning, which I'm doing a good job of. It can be difficult to maintain the balance of like having a nice clean apartment and making time to do fun stuff while doing school and work. It's just a lot, and really there's no way to alleviate the fact that I've got too much on my schedule, so I have to have a lot of forgiveness for myself when I slip up in one area. School is like the least negotiable thing, well, and I guess work too, in that order, because school, I have an important end goal of getting a degree. It's important to me personally, and for like my almost like spiritual development, you know? It's like a commitment that I made to myself, and I think that's really important. And then work, I gotta pay the rent. You know, it's not like I particularly love working. I just need money, so there's that, and that's important too. And then the fulfillment and like the actualization part of my life, you know, it's important to have a lovely home. That's something that I want, and it's important to make time for introspection and therapy and connection with other people and fun times and sex and all of that stuff. So yeah, not really doing that. I've been like a celibate, hermit, cranky bitch that doesn't eat breakfast for a couple months. No, not that bad. I'm being a little hard on myself by saying that, but yeah, it can be hard to do all of the things that you need to do to be healthy when we live in this modern world and you're like going to school and work and stuff. Blah. Well, okay, enough about that. On a brighter note, I have been writing music recently. I'm trying to figure out what and when and how I would like to release some of the projects I have going, but I'm excited to announce that I did put something on Spotify for the first time. It was not as difficult as I suspected to release a cover. But I covered the song Hex Girl, which is just so nostalgic. I love this song. It's from the movie Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost. I'm a hex girl, and I'm gonna put a spell on you. And so yeah, that's gonna be my musical spotlight this week, so you'll hear a little snippet later, and feel free to go check out the full song on Spotify. You can search Hex Girl Wilson Morris, or I don't know, maybe search Hex Girl and scroll down for a while. Yeah, I've always wanted to be a hex girl. The movie Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost is just this corny film, but all of the occult themes in it and the like eco-goth girl power, emo Spice Girl moment that happens was just so iconic. I think many young queer people attach themselves to those kinds of characters. They're like witchy and not like hypersexualized, but they are like, they look cool. They're wearing cool clothes and they got cool edgy hair, and they have this role in the movie that's not just this passive role. They are the Hex Girls, and they are a band, and it's very fierce. So loved everything about that, and I'm happy to fulfill my childhood dream of being a Hex Girl. I want to write more music. Oh my god, it's so addicting in a way. It's so stimulating and fulfilling to like compose something and then hear it back. It feels so like caveman energy in a way, even though it's a really like mentally stimulating activity and it requires a lot of thought. But like, I'm like, ooh, pretty sound, ooh, yes, love this. And I just like sit there at my this little workstation and do that. It's almost Halloween. I have my little Lydia costume. I'm gonna be Lydia from Beetlejuice, the like red wedding dress thing with the spiky black bangs and all that jazz. You can Google that. If you follow me on Instagram, I posted a little story, and Never have I gotten so many likes on a story. I was so flattered. I guess I should dress up all like emo and dykey more often. The public responded to that. Hey, I'm going to go to this little dance party this evening. Violet Chachki is performing, which is going to be so fun. I've never seen her. I think she's going to do this like cool acrobatic type performance. I'm not even sure, but I know that I'm going to go dance and get crunk with my friend. So I'm excited about that. Yay, yay, yay. See, I'm making time for fun and connection, but at the expense of sleep, because I have to go get up my ass up early tomorrow and do this like volunteer project thing every Saturday. And I got to get on a bus at like 8:30 a.m. So I'll pray about that. I'll just keep on being tired, I guess. And speaking of being extremely tired, the election is coming up. Please vote. Please don't let this stupid man make my tranny pills go away. Don't let that happen. I'm trying to grow boobies here, and if you interrupt that, I'll have this changeling, like, tiny titty body forever. And that's okay. I could come to terms with that. But do you want that? I don't think so. Don't let that happen. Use your voice. And also vote for all the measures on your ballot too. Google it. Google the things that you don't know about. I sure don't know about many of the things on my ballot. And you know what I do? I Google it. And if I really don't know, you don't have to vote on everything. But I would encourage you to try. Try to be informed and vote. Don't be apathetic. Just in case. Fucking vote, just in case. Just in case it does something. Even if it doesn't, well, you tried. And then you can at least complain about it later. I think that America is, just a temporary structure of power. I'm not personally that attached to it. And I don't know. It's kind of fucked up the way that our country was formed. And so I think it maybe is bound for dissolving kind of like soon. Not to be all anarchist about it, but like, yeah. I have apathetic feelings about the US government, but I'm still going to vote, like, just in case. I really think that it would be worse if Donald Trump was the president, so yeah. If you are a Trump supporter, and like you're an American listening to this, and you vote for him, why? Literally, why? Like, do you just live your life for a meme? Is it funny to you? You're a butthole. You probably stink. And you smell bad. I mean, there's lots of Kamala supporters that are not very nice people either. But I'm not trying to make it equivalent. Honestly, Donald Trump is a fuckbag, like, weird pedophile. So don't let that guy be president. It's also so ironic to me that Republicans hold this, like, save the children, like, sex trafficking myth so high on a pedestal, while at the same time literally electing a pedophile as president. I have read the court document about Donald Trump being indicted with Jeffrey Epstein. Ugh. It's so sickening. It's very, very graphic and gross. I honestly wish I could unread it. So, okay, little political tangent. Go vote, okay? Thank you. You can never be a hex girl if you don't vote in the general election. Hex girls vote. Yeah. I think I can't pick a favorite hex girl because I like something about each of them. I like that Thorn gives such like sapphic goth babe bitch vibes. Babe bitch. Dusk, just super cool. She's got her guitar. That's lit. And she wears gloves. I think that's cool. And Luna, she's just sick. She looks fucking insane. She plays the drums. Love that. I wish I played the drums. All right. Well, it's time to give some advice. Yay. Welcome. Welcome to the advice section of Queer Abbey. Today we are going to be dispensing some questionable advice to several callers. The first question is as follows. Queer Abbey. How do I make my roommate to clean up after herself without causing drama? I need some advice on dealing with my messy roommate. We've been living together for a couple months, and at first everything was chill. But lately, she's been leaving dirty dishes in the sink, not taking out the trash, and generally not pulling her weight with the chores. I've tried dropping hints, but she always has some excuse. I don't want to be that passive-aggressive roomie who leaves notes everywhere, but I'm getting sick of living in a mess. How do I approach this without making things super awkward? We get along otherwise, and I don't want to ruin the good roommate dynamic. But I also refuse to be her maid. Help a girl out. I'll take any hips. Oh, no, my monologue was so good until then. I'll take any tips you got. Well, how do you tell your roommate nicely and constructively to clean her fucking space and do the dishes? I think first you should realize that you're perfectly valid in having those expectations. I'm assuming that you made some sort of agreement when you moved in together. It says, yes, you were chill for a couple months, and it's something that she's done recently. So maybe she's going through something. So have a little understanding for both yourself and your roommate. You know, you're upset for a valid reason. And maybe your roommate has a valid reason too to be messy. Maybe she doesn't feel well. There could just be so many different things going on. So talk to her. Maybe approach it with an openness. And that's how you can avoid being a cunt, is by making room for the possibility that your roommate is going through something, or just not immediately making some assumption and then rolling with that. Because that's the way that you can just grow your resentment for other people. So don't do that. Talk to her about it. And if she responds in a, sane and human way, then move forward in a sane and human way. But sometimes people are annoying. I mean, yep, I've had several roommates in the past that have issues taking care of themselves because they're just like coddled, or they have low standards for cleanliness or whatever. And yeah, okay, if that's the case and they just like can't handle cleaning up after themselves for no good reason, then you should just leave as soon as possible. Yeah, I'm not an advocate for being abusive towards people. I don't think that you need to like fix anybody, but if it's affecting you, like, you can definitely take reasonable measures to like I don't know, just like ask them to contain their mess. Maybe that could be a reasonable solution if it doesn't go that well. So yay, hope that it works out for you. I love living alone. That's what I ultimately suggest. I suggest you move in by yourself. Okay, next question. This is ironic that you would ask me this, but maybe it's because you've heard me talk about biting my nails before. This anonymous caller asked, Queer Abbey, do you have any tips to stop biting my nails? Boy, I can definitely give you advice, but I mean, I struggle so hard. I have this like internalized nervous habit of biting my nails that I just cannot stop. I've been doing it since I was a little kid. My mom did it, and like other family members. It almost feels like genetic or like some sort of curse that I just cannot get away from. I don't know exactly what it is either. It's a nervous habit. It happens when I'm spaced out. I just start biting my nails, and yeah, no, it's pretty severe. So you need to recognize where and when the urge comes from to like gnaw at your finger, and first realize that, and then address the context of it. Like, do you bite your nails when you're nervous? You could probably find something else that you can fiddle with in your fingers. Like, I have some rings that when I'm trying hard and being good, I will just spin my ring around my finger instead of like picking at my nail. So that's a good thing to distract yourself or to, redirect the flow of nervous energy from one habit to another. I think it's generally important to have a replacement behavior that can be really, really helpful. So like fidgeting with something, or I didn't bite my nails as bad for a while when I smoked cigarettes, which is so funny because my fingers were gross from smoking cigarettes, right? But like now I subconsciously, it's like harder for me to notice that I'm doing it. They also make substances that taste gross that you can put on your nails, like no nail bite. But my gay ass doesn't even care about that. My mother tried to get me to stop doing it when I was a teenager, and she gave me that stuff, and I would just still gnaw on them. So yeah, the best thing for me personally is getting acrylics, because it's like an Elizabethan cone for my finger, and I like can't bite my nail. And it's perfectly smooth, so it solves that sort of sensory issue. That's, I think, the root cause for me is like a sensory thing. When my nails are like not smooth, I just like am constantly probing for that, and I just like want to bite the parts that are not smooth. Ugh, okay, gross. So I'm being vulnerable. So yeah, that's all the advice I got, folks. Try not to bite your nails. It sucks. It's not a good habit. Yay. Next question. Okay, the third and final question for this evening is as follows. Oop. Queer Abbey. My dad has only very recently become halfway, quote unquote, normal about queer people. Both of his kids, me, and my sibling are trans and queer. I think we should throw his ass in the deep end and take him to a drag night at CC Slaughters, but let him think it's a regular club. CC Slaughters is a gay club in Portland. They said that it would be too much too fast, no matter how funny it genuinely is. Thoughts? Opinions? This is an interesting question. I mean, my gut response is just to say no, don't do that, because like I guess if you wanted to maximize the chance of your dad having an accepting response, then you maybe start slow with like the queer stuff. But I also understand that like that's not the point of this question. It is funny. It's funny to kind of think about how queerness is so audacious and ridiculous to straight people when it's like taken out of context, basically. Like it's almost like a language. Like it makes perfect sense to me when I go to the gay club and I see a drag performance, but like there's something about like straight people being dropped into there, like some just Chad of a dad in the middle of the gay club, that is just so camp, and it's so funny. So maybe do it. I don't know this person. If it's like unsafe and he's like some freak that's gonna like have a public freak out, don't do that. Don't like expose gay people to that kind of trauma. But you know what's going on better than I do. If your dad is like a nice dude that's just like unaware of queer spaces, then maybe that could be super fun and it was like be like a bonding experience. I can't really say. I would say that you should assess the situation and use your judgment. Do you really think that's going to be productive? Would it be an experience that opens your dad's eyes and makes him appreciate queer people more? Because it's like, if you're putting people in danger by bringing some like weird dude to the club, like that's not funny. But if you're just like boggling your dad's mind by showing him drag queens, you know, that could be funny. So I don't want to tell you what to do. Love the club though. The club. We're all friends in the club, you know. I'm going to the club tonight. All right, now really that's all I got. I'm getting off the soapbox now. It's time to go into our little musical spotlight. Yeah. Yay! My delirious, rambling vibes this episode. Thank you for bearing with me. I'm doing my best. I'm proud of myself for sitting down and recording this. I would be remiss if I forgot to say, you may submit your advice prompt, your questions, queries, and inquiries to queerabbey@gmail.com. That's QUEERABBEY @gmail.com. You may use the link in the description to access the anonymous inbox if you want to be all spooky and silly and anonymous about it. Or you can even text us or leave us a voicemail at 503-567-2053. Hell yeah, dude. Oh my god, you guys. So this is going to be my song Hex Girl. Enjoy. I'm gonna cast a spell on you. You're gonna do what I want you to. Mix it up here in my little bowl. Say a few words and you lose control. I'm a hex girl and I'm gonna put a spell on you. I'm gonna put a spell on you. I'm a hex girl and I'm gonna put a spell on you. You'll feel the fog when I cloud your mind. You'll get dizzy when I make a sign. Waking up in the dead of night. Alright, bitch. Happy Halloween. I hope you enjoyed my cover, or at least the snippet of it. You can listen to the entire song on Spotify. I am the musical spotlight this week. So, yeah, anyway. You can find it in the description. There will be a link to my Spotify. Now, yeah, and you can look forward to more music in the future, bitch. I recorded it. I wrote it. Well, I didn't write the song. I arranged it and produced it and sang it. I did everything, ho. I'm so proud of myself for that. And yeah, it's not perfect, but honestly, I've come a long way in my musicianship and stuff. So I'm proud of myself for making a song that is complete and it sounds pretty good. Yeah. If you want me to produce a song for you, hit me up. Why not? You know? I'm getting better and better every day, so you might as well get on me before it becomes $100,000 an hour, babe. One day I will own a really cool studio. I foresee that. So, yay! Here's to many more songs. And happy Halloween, everybody. This episode will come out just a couple of days before Halloween this year. So, yeah. Let's all get into our spooky little spirit. Let's get in touch with things that are dead. Let's think about our past loved ones as All Saints Day passes by. It's funny that in almost every culture that fall is associated with death, with the veil thinning and with everything coming into closer contact with the cycle of death. I'm thinking about my pet from childhood. Her name is Truly. She's somebody on the other side that I think about a lot, my little pup. So keep those thoughts near your heart right now. And yeah, I hope everybody has a very happy Halloween. And that's going to pretty much take us to the end of the episode, I think. I'm tired. It's going to be a short one today. Need to go get to partying. All right, bye now.